Hey Thomas, how's it going?
Hey man, how are you?
I'm good. All
I'm
right,
good.
now you're down in New Hartford.
Yes.
You're what a train troopers, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm currently training at troopers.
Okay.
Well, no,
Yeah.
currently you're singing.
Well,
So,
yeah.
Currently I'm singing, but yeah, currently I'm training troopers as well because that's I'm not on the road anymore, I should say.
Yeah, but that's a really good job to have. You have all kinds of benefits. You make good money. Why go off and do a reality singing show?
The first and foremost thing in the front of my mind is my kids, my son Brentley and my daughter Rayleigh have always seen me sing. They've seen me play shows locally. They've seen me kind of travel a little bit and do shows, and they've always known it was a dream of mine. And the one thing I never wanted to take away from them is the fact that hey, no matter what you're doing at any point in time, at any point in given time, you should be able to kind of sit back and say, okay, did I do what I wanted to do in life? Do I have any regrets? And if I didn't do this, I know for sure I would have had some regrets. I've tried out in the past. I've had to defer the voice in the past, just due to personal reasons and stuff like
Mhm.
that. Uh, but I always wondered, hey, can I hop up on stage and at minimum, get a turn, get a chair turn, at least? Can I do that? And like I said, if my kids weren't able to see me do that, I wouldn't be able to sit there and look them in the face and say, "Hey, you need to
Right.
follow your dream," because if I didn't do it, why would I tell them to do it?
so when you were a
Um,
kid, were your two dreams being an officer and being a singer?
so I have my dream job and my dream. My
Yeah.
This is my dream job. Being a New York State trooper is definitely my dream job, and it's always been my dream job. Ever since I knew obviously my father was a trooper, and he did it for a long time, and I always thought it was so cool and this, that, and the other. And it was growing up was my dream job. Singing was my dream. Singing has been the thing I've always wanted to do. And you get older and you realize how tough of a road singing is. And then you get older and you actually start singing, and then you start opening for these big time acts that you at one point in time thought they were big, and then all of a sudden they're like, everything's kind of falling off the wagon, and it makes you kind of wonder and put yourself in perspective a little bit, where you're like, okay, is this something you can do for the rest of your life? Or do you want to take a realistic route? What do you want to do? And I'm not saying being a singer isn't realistic. By far, I'm not saying that. It's just something that I've always looked at to be is okay. Can I do this with a family?
Yeah, because again, on the
Absolutely.
road, you see so many families when singers, and like you said, these bands, they have a lot of fragments, but you've been present for your kids, and now you're showing them you can have your dream and have your dream job. So, talk about leading by example. That is absolutely phenomenal as not only a dad, but a role model.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And um, it's the toughest. It's definitely the toughest right now. I'm going through some personal issues right now with divorce and all this stuff. But nonetheless, balancing the two, the singing career and being a trooper, and technically three, being a trooper with a family,
Hmm.
um, is is very tough. Those two kids mean everything to me. I I can't thank them enough for supporting me, because they're my biggest supporters, along with my mother, who's my biggest supporter. And it is tough. It is tough, very tough to kind of battle. All right, am I singing this weekend, or am I,
Spend times with
you
the
know,
kids and mom this weekend.
Yeah.
yeah? What
Now,
what am I doing?
is singing your therapy? Because again, having been in law enforcement, we're never going to ask you to talk about it. We have friends and family in law enforcement. We know you see and hear things that you can't unsee and unhear. But we also know, doing what we do in radio, music can be so therapeutic, whether it's to distract us or to find lyrics that speak to our soul. Are there songs or genres of music that you sing to yourself to get you through the tough times, or songs that you sing to your kids to help them see you and smile, which makes your soul happy too.
Yeah, well, with my kids, they're more the funnier type songs, like I'll goof around and sing Mariah Carey or some
Yeah.
funny things, but no, when I'm really feeling a certain way, Cody Johnson is a huge idol to me. His singing abilities, the way he can go ahead and paint a picture with words of a song. He is the one artist that I listen to the most, the one country artist that I listen to the most, and he's huge in my life, I will say. And thankfully Reba has worked with him on multiple occasions. So I asked her about him, and she told me that he that's the way he is, and that was awesome. But nonetheless, I think everybody has their insight on how they feel and whether or not music kind of helps them through it. Yeah, 1000% music helps me through a lot of hard
Mhm.
times, a lot. And like I said, I'm going through some issues right
Right.
now. But nonetheless, just being able to kind of either listen to Cody Johnson or even put pen to paper and write songs. That always helps. If I can find the time, it's a little bit harder to write a song with everything I got going on. But uh, if
But
I can find the time, that's the one thing I do is I write what's going on.
And you know what? I think you're going to write those stories because I know that's one thing Reba has really truly chanted all season to any artist is it's not just about the perfect notes. It's about where it's coming from in your heart. Tell the story, show the emotion,
Mhm.
be you and how you connect to that song. And I know you're going through
Yeah,
a rough patch, but I know also, people pick on artists like Taylor Swift. But if you look at some of her angsty albums, it's going through those rough patches. Some of the songs Reba's sang is when she's talking about when she was a kid and she didn't have a lot of toys. So when you hear her sing a song like Fancy, it's really spoken from a true place for
Yeah.
her. And I
yeah.
think that probably is what speaks to you too with Cody as an artist, but then you as a future writer, songwriter, artist, and whatnot too.
Oh yeah, 1000%. You couldn't be more correct. And like you said, with the emotions as far as Ariba goes, um, that is the one thing I picked up from her the most is how emotionally attached she is to a song and how she gets
Mhm.
to that place while she's singing. That like the song I just chose, losing you, going through a divorce. I use that to kind of channel what I got going on, and what I still continuously got going on. The custody of the kids and everything. Um, and that helped me, and my mother texted me, she's like, I could see every word on your face,
Awesome.
and to see every word on your face is a lot different than hearing it. um
Exactly. And it must have been fun at the end to have two women fighting over you. You
yeah,
were
it was,
you
it
were
was.
battling two women, and then you've got two women to fight over you. And I'll tell you what, I watched it. I watched it. It was extraordinary because again, you could see it and hear it. And we all know karaoke favorites, but that was not one of those. That was truly from a very deep, poignant place. So yeah, it was fabulous to see.
Yeah, thank you very much. And like, yeah, like, and that goes for "Till You Can't" too. "Till You Can't" was a very emotional song, and it struck both of us, me and Dylan's hearts hard, because you don't ever want to look back and say, I wish I could have done that. So that song in itself too was one of those other ones where I felt every single word. "Science Good Deliver" was a fun song. I just need somebody to turn.
Yeah.
Well, it's been great talking to you, Tom. We wish you the best on the show,
And we
and
will keep following
yeah,
you and
definitely.
cheering you on every step of the way in life and on this journey musically.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. Take care.
Thanks, you too.